And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Fusion Esports League, to the FVL Cracov 2025. We have returned with our next series with an elimination match with the lower bracket. With the elimination match, here we go. We have our TvP, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of late lines, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran from land of the Netherlands. It is uThermal. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Polish Protoss player representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Again, Reina versus Lambo is currently ongoing. I believe that's being covered by Wardy. It's being covered by Wardy, being covered by Rotterdam. But meanwhile, we do have our own series. We do have the lower bracket TvP best of 3. The winner of this series will move on to the next round. The loser will be eliminated from the tournament. It all comes down to this series. Here we go, as we do see Krystianer scouting for proxies, does check nearby. Meanwhile, uThermal, he's an animal. He's an animal, he's a beast. He often does come up with his own builds. He often does go for some cheeky builds as well. I will say that his standard TvP is very terrifying. It's very terrifying, it's very in your face, and we have seen uThermal pop off in the past and wreak havoc, and we'll see how he does approach Krystianer, bearing in mind that against a Skillus, we saw some crazy builds. We saw a 1-base 1-1-1 with a proxy Thor. We saw proxy Thor all in from uThermal against Skillus, which did not quite work out too well. But again, I feel like against Krystianer, uThermal should be feeling confident to get into the mid game, to get into his drop play. That's where he thrives. I was so impressed by uThermal at Home Story Cup. I was so impressed by his play against Geralt and by his play against Zaun and by his general TvP, thriving in the mid game the way that he did. I want to see that again. We didn't get to see that against Skillus. We'll see if he indulges here against Krystianer. Now, though, we do have our openers going for an add-on swap into Hellion. So he has minimal gas income. Add-on swap coming in. Early Hellion out of uThermal. Meanwhile, we have a take of choice. Twilight Council out of Krystianer. Now, Krystianer, he is one that doesn't really deviate too much. We should be seeing 3-gate blink every game in this series. We did see Krystianer go 4-gate blink at one point against Clem. That did happen, of course. So we could see him be a little bit more aggressive, but for the most part, we do expect to see blink-based openers. For example, we saw Skillus go into a Stargate opener earlier on Maganatha. I don't really see that happening between these two players, but for now, Hellions, they're going for the initial depth, and the depth does go down. Depth does fall 1 depth left. Nice big off here from uThermal. He pulls away to repair. As he's setting up. Yeah, building up additional Hellions. Krystianer, he does spot this. He should be walling up, and he is. Okay, he's walling up back at home, getting ready for the Hellion aggression. Behind this, Starport is on the way. From here, we can go into drop play, as we have reacted not just Hellion, but into Widow Mines. Hellions are poking in. They get eyes on the probe. Eyes on the worker. Still more Hellions moving out. Fanning out across the map. They are fanning out, just keeping Krystianer pinned. And meanwhile, here comes that mine drop towards the main. It's going to be a quadruple mine drop. Wait, what? Oh my god, even more dedicated here. But yeah, 4 Widow Mines in that medevac, making their way towards the main. Or even towards the natural. Bold move here by uThermal. He does boost in. Ooh, medevac. No, does take a lot of damage. Just pull back up. Just barely back up in time. Whew, that was almost disastrous. Yeah, and he doesn't go into the main base. He does think better of it. Again, it's just so much damage. So many hits. That was not the play. And with that, Krystianer, he will clean this up. Again, it was meant to be a quad mine drop, but he did not get into any mineral line, and Krystianer, he holds. Whew. He holds, he defends. Again, uThermal. Just calm down, papi, calm down. Behind this, getting to stim, working towards +1. uThermal is forced to back off, and Krystianer, he defends well. He defends well, claims his third base, and Krystianer, he's building up in towards a longer game. Remember, Krystianer, he just knocked Spirit out of the tournament. And again, he is looking to pose a threat to uThermal as well. He's at the Widow Mines. Does break out. We'll be looking to contain. Getting into charge, getting into a gateway composition. Here we go. Here we go as Krystianer does rotate into the main. Likewise, going for a Hellion drop into the main base. This is a delayed Hellion drop here by uThermal, but I do like this nonetheless. Never mind. Krystianer, he's ready. He has Stalkers poised in the main. We have an Adept here at the natural. In case it's going to be a Banshee, there is an Observer with the army as well. And Krystianer, does pull away. Yeah, pulls away at the wrong moment. 4 probes going to be going down. The Hellion's a one-shot. Well, they should be cleaned up. Still 7 probes, not bad. This gets more damage than it should have. 7 workers do fall in total. At the same time, uThermal does commit. Stim is now done. The rest of the upgrades going to be finishing up as well. Krystianer so far doing a great job of slowing this down. I'll slow this down. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing. Yeah, it's all the boys here at the natural. And one way or another, the game is about to end. Again, it's going to be on Krystianer to slow this down. Let's break in. Gets 2 Marines. Likewise, rocks are knocked down. The boys are here. And Krystianer, I mean, he has created quite a large ramp, quite a large opening. Going to be collapsing in. Does he have enough Zealots, though? Takes down 15 SCVs. All the workers going to be falling. Is he getting on top of the tanks? Yeah, 1 tank goes down. He's going to get 2. He's going to get 3. Can he get all 4? And can he get the Marines as well? There we go. The final tank does fall. And Krystianer, he's holding. Yeah, Krystianer, he's holding on. He will shut this down. And uThermal, he has nothing left. He has nothing left. He's running out of steam. Tank does siege on the high ground. That's Krystianer. He does shut down the all-in. And uThermal, remember, he has nothing. He has 2 SCVs. He has 2 workers left at the natural. He has mules. Mules are pretty good, but they're not that good. Yeah, they're not that good. So Krystianer, he shuts down the all-in. We'll lose the Observer. But all Krystianer has to do is just calm down. Just back off, calm down. Storm is on the way. +2 is on the way. Saturate his 3rd base. Claim a 4th. Don't skip Warpins. And Krystianer should be fine. If Krystianer is too greedy, or if he gets caught out, if he has some miscontrol, if he runs into the army, if he commits too soon, then there are ways for uThermal to still bring this back around. If you look at the army sizes here, the army supply, the supplies are quite similar with each other. And here we go, the boys are being pulled for the 2nd time, this time from the main. Let's go! The main base boys have been pulled. At the same time, Krystianer does spot this. He will catch some SCVs. He'll slow this down, and Krystianer needs to warp in as much as possible. Storm is not complete. Oh. Yeah, Storm is done, and here they come. There's 3 storms. There's the first. First storm pops off, 2nd storm as well. Oh, yeah, the storms are brutal. And the final storm, GG, gets called, and Krystianer, he will shut down the push. He will shut down the all-in, and Krystianer will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Krystianer, he will take a lead in the series. And again, uThermal, he, as I mentioned before, I want to say that his mid-game, to me, is the most impressive, right? Like, we saw uThermal pop off so much and so hard at Home Story Cup and TvP. Not going for these crazy all-ins, not pulling the boys, but getting into the mid-game, getting into his drop play. But that's not what we're seeing here. here at FEL, at the Fusion Esports League, we have seen some more aggression out of uThermal instead, with mixed results, as Krystianer takes the lead. And as a reminder, this is a best of 3. It's a best of 3, not a best of 5, so every game matters that much more, and Krystianer is 1 game away from claiming the series. Let's go. Let us go. As Zonomas, 1 more game is all we need. So we're getting ready for our next series. Oh, sorry, our next game. Getting ready for our next map, where we drop. Meanwhile, looks like we have confirmation as well when it comes to other updates in the lower brackets. Went all the way to the ace match, but Geralt does take down SOS 3-2, so SOS, he is going to be eliminated from the tournament. He is out of the Fusion Esports League. He is going to be out, and Geralt does advance on a face-off against Mana in the next round in that lower bracket. Meanwhile, we are jumping into our next game. Game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Let's go. And again, we'll see how uThermal does adjust. We'll see if he goes for some more aggression, some more all-in, some more cheese, or if he does take a different approach. Again, he's been enjoying himself. He has been enjoying Poland, and it's been going on vacation, of course, but we'll see how he approaches this, as we load into one of the larger maps in the map pool, known for longer games. The pressure is on, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran player himself, representing, or from the land of the Netherlands, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is uThermal. Este mark, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Offside Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Krystianer. Here we go. As we do have uThermal moving out with a cheeky SCP. Do have the ranks back at home as he's moving out across the map, skirting around the edge and making its way towards the natural. Looks like we're setting up for an eBay block. Oh, double gas. Okay. Double gas opener out of uThermal. SCV does move in, coming in for the block. And because of the double gas, it does look like uThermal is going for a faster factory to a delayed CC. Go. As again, the eBay has plenty of progression, does force the unnatural natural. So Krystianer, he's spread thin between his main base and his third. It's going to be a little bit more awkward to defend. And again, we're expecting a factory back at home. So we have the reactor. Reactor has been placed. And it is going to be a factory, not at home, factory across the map. So proxy factory here out of uThermal. Are we going for another proxy Thor is my question. So proxy factory. From here we can go into further tech, into an add-on, into a starport. We'll see how this all comes together. As uThermal, he does open up reactor marines, which is preserving his gas. He is preserving that gas. Show us that tech lab. Yep, there it is. Armory is on the way. We're going proxy Thor. We're setting up for the proxy Thor. This is the same build that we saw against Skillus. The same build that we saw in Persephone. Meanwhile, Stargate over. Stargate. What? Krystianer. A big misread here out of our Protoss player, opening up Stargate. He's in danger. He's in danger. He's in trouble. Remember, what are we proxying? We're proxying a Thor. And the boys are going to be pulled to repair as well, and the Thor is going to be ideal because Phoenixes, what are they going to do? They cannot lift the Thor. It's too thick. It's too big. It's too big, papi. Aye, aye, aye. The bones are too thick. It cannot be lifted. Okay, we're going Oracle. We're opening up. I mean, this is still not going to help too much either. The best that the Oracle can do is harass, right? We could see the Oracle bypass the army, head into the main base, and start to pick up SCVs. Doors on the way, as I did mention. Door production has begun. Thermal does start to step in. Does start to step forward. Oh. Here we go. The boys are being pulled to repair. So again, the SCV is going to be there to repair the Thor, and the Medevac is going to be there to juggle the Thor as well. So the Thor is going to have a lot to support it. If you were watching the Skillet series, Skillet, he handled this so well. He responded with more of a gateway composition, of course, getting into Blink, not into Phoenixes or not into a Stargate. And he was able to, he did decide to focus on all the SCVs first. He ignored the Thor, he ignored the Medevac. Oh no, the stasis! Ooh, stasis goes off, does catch most of the mineral line, and another stasis behind this. Does go off on one SCV. Now the Marines are exposed, likewise so is the Thor, and Marines are being targeted down. They're going down one after the other, and Krystianer, he will shut this down. This had potential, but the stasis traps are brutal, and now there's no repair. Yeah, there's no repair. Every Marine goes down, the SCVs thereafter. Ay. Again, that stasis trap was brutal. And now we're down to how many? We're down to what, 4 SCVs? Sorry, 5. 5 down to 4 SCVs remaining. And this build is falling on its face. Again, Medevac goes down, Thor goes down. Just unfortunate there, the stasis traps were as sold as they were. Those connections were brutal. There's the scan. There's one Thor left. GG gets called, and Krystianer, he will take the series 2-0. He will advance on to the next round. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Krystianer as he does claim the series. My condolences to uThermal. As uThermal, he played well for himself to make it this far in the tournament, but again, he was hyper aggressive in the series against Krystianer, and unfortunately didn't have too much success. I still want to give praise, of course, to uThermal, because hey, even though he went down here to Krystianer, what did uThermal do? Oh, my apologies. Best of 5. Wait, is everything a best of 5? Oh, my apologies. So it looks like the series will continue. Originally this was a best of 3, but no, never mind. This is a best of 5 instead. Okay. We're setting up. Not a best of 3, best of 5. We got more games. We'll fix up the Wikipedia page. Wait, hold on. Kashim, is every series in lower bracket best of 5s? Jesus. Oh my god. You're all crazy. Every series in lower bracket? Okay, let's go. We keep going. We keep this going here. As we are getting into our next game, but thank you for letting me know, Cash. Okay, thank you. We premature celebrated. Yeah, we did. I assumed it was the best of 3. My apologies, but no. Looks like all the matches here in the lower bracket are at least the best of 5, at least. Here we go. Series does continue, which means we can bring it back, which means we can have a comeback here. Okay, a spawning in the top left hand corner of Pylon, we have the Red Terran, the Red Terran player from the land of the Netherlands. He is down in the series, down 0-2, but it's a best of 5, which means this is his time. This is the time to recover. This is the time to bounce back. The pressure is on. It is uThermal. He is remarkable. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is a Krystianer. And I'm hoping for one thing. I want us to calm down. Okay, calm down, Bobby, calm down. uThermal. I want to take us, we gotta take a breath, take a moment, and settle into the mid game. You know, we've been going for a hyper aggression. We had a 2 base all-in in game 1. We had a 1 base all-in in game 2. Game 3, I'd love to see a second base saturated, you know, working towards a third TC as well. I mentioned this before, but how did uThermal thrive at Home Story Cup? He thrived with drop play. He thrived in the mid game. He thrived with more standard play. He was still very aggressive with drop play as well, but he was looking really good. He was looking really solid. He was looking impressive, and I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that. We've had some fun, you know, with the cheeky builds, with the proxy Thor, with pulling the boys, of course. But we'll see how uThermal adjusts as we're loading into Pylon. And what I will say is that Pylon is a smaller map of the map pool. Nice snipe here with the probe, but it's a smaller map of the map pool, is known for aggression, and it favors aggression as well. So where are you taking us? Economic opener. Okay, so far so good. Ranks expand. So economic opener out of uThermal. He is scouting for proxies over on the right hand side. We're calming things down. And we'll see how uThermal will adjust. Oh, hello. As that is a second Rax. Now, this could be one of two things. We could go second Rax into a third TC into a third Rax, into just a really greedy build. Or we can open up 3 Rax. 3 Rax Stim. And there it is, 3 Rax Stim. Now, this is a very old school build. If you were watching StarCraft a couple of years ago during the map pool of Side Delta in 2023, like 2023-ish era of StarCraft, this was very meta and very trendy. And the hard counter to this build, to 3x Stim, is to go for a Robo opener and go into Colossus. So that was in an era where that was a little bit more common, a little bit more popular to go for these Colossus based openers, just because of the rise in popularity of 3x Stim. This build has fallen out of favor, it's fallen out of fashion. It's, I would say, still very risky. The problem here is scouting is a lot easier to get nowadays in current meta and current StarCraft. If you scout this ahead of time, you can respond with aggression. You can respond with aggression, because the downside of this build, of course, as you can see, no factory, which means no tank production. So there's no tank line here. So you can respond with more gateways, go into like 4-gate blink, punish the economy, punish the add-ons, blink into the bases, and kind of bully the bio army ahead of time. That is an approach you can take. But if you know anything about Krystianer, we spoke about this in the series against Clem, if you recall. Krystianer often doesn't scout. Krystianer, he often doesn't hallucination scout specifically. He goes a 3-gate blink into a Robo into a third. The Robo, he goes for the Observer. The Observer does give him information, but that's so much later compared to a Sentry, compared to a hallucination scout. So again, a very old school build that has fallen out of favor, fallen out of fashion, but I would say has potential specifically against Krystianer, just because it takes him so long to actually get a read on what's going on. Hallucination scouts. Hallucination what? Does threaten a shade, does shade into the mineral line, but doesn't commit. See some bio, not much else. Factory production has finally begun. And here comes the initial move out. Krystianer should be slowing this down. Okay, it does. It does spot the push. Remember, every stim hurts because there's no medevacs. There's no medevacs here. So we have to stim wisely. As Marines are just picking away at free Marines. Stims a portion of his army. Threatens a stim. So Krystianer pulls away. Pulls away. Observer does snipe one observer. Oh, sorry, one observer gets sniped. But we've missed the timing. At this point, as you can see, we spent for like the past minute here of Krystianer just bullying, just picking away at the army, gets a Marauder. And you can see how heavily stimmed the army is. And ideally, uThermal, he wanted to be knocking down the base, knocking down the expansion, getting into the natural. Stalkers, they poke in once again, and this army's just getting bullied. Every Marine goes down, the Marauders go down as well, and uThermal, GG gets called. Krystianer, he will claim the series, he will advance on into the next round. GG, he will eliminate uThermal from the tournament. GG, well played. Congratulations to Krystianer. My condolences to uThermal. Again, my apologies for earlier. I was not aware that these lower bracket matches were best of 5, so I do apologize. I was under the assumption that it was a best of 3. And again, uThermal, he had some very quirky builds here, some even old school builds as well. And you can see some of the limitations of some of these builds, like from what we just saw from the 3x stim, where you're so dedicated with your mass marine stim army, you're relying so heavily on getting across the map unscouted. And if you remember, Krystianer never got into the main, so he didn't see the build, but he was active regardless, and he was able to pick away at the Marines anyway with his Blink Stalkers, right? He was able to just pick away at the army and just whittle away at the force until it was non-threatening, and then just overwhelm them there. Again, with that specific build, you're intentionally pushing without medevacs. You're intentionally pushing before any kind of medevac support with just straight up, Marines and Marauders. And again, your goal is to catch your opponent with the pants down. But alas, Krystianer, he was all over it. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Krystianer does claim the series. And my condolences to uThermal, but I hope he does enjoy the rest of his time there at the event. I hope he enjoys the rest of his time at the event, at the venue. I know there's a lot of fans, a lot of when uThermal was introduced to the crowd, we heard some cheers. Like, there was definitely a lot of uThermal fans out there. And again, uThermal can spend some time with other like-minded individuals, all the fans of StarCraft, with other competitors, with other pro players as well. And I hope he enjoys his time in Poland. Siema, papi, siema. GG, well played. And with that, we are going to be getting ready here for our next matchup.